afternoon. We're up here at about 11,600 feet in the snow bowl area of Arizona in the San Francisco Peaks on the side of Mount Agassiz, which is Arizona's second highest point. At the beginning of the video, how you'll notice that there is a peak off in the distance, which is actually Arizona's highest point, Humphreys Peak. This mountain rises to 11,670 feet. And from here you can see quite a few things, so let's take some time to video the area. If you look at this picture here, you can see Humphreys Peak, and just below the summit of the peak you can see a saddle. There's some trees in there, but there's also a trail that goes through there, so if you're going to climb Humphreys Peak, the way to do it is to take that trail, and then it'll go up off to the left to a couple of false summits just before you hit the true summit, which is right in the middle of our video here. Now off to the west we can see quite a few other things too. Let's see just what we have in store here. Yeah. There's Kendrick Mountain. That is another peak that is very volcanic. In fact, if you look around the area here, you can see a number of small, what we call cinder cones, things that popped up around here in the last few thousand years or so, and they form part of the general topography in the San Francisco Peak volcanic field. Swinging around to the west, now you can see more distant Bill Williams Mountain. That's probably about 40 miles away. It's near the town of Williams, and you might just be able to see Interstate 40. Two little bands of light, more or less in the middle of the video there, just in front of Bill Williams Mountain. Can't see Flagstaff very well from here, but you can see many places just to the south. In fact, in this direction you can see the Verde Valley, where the Verde River flows from the San Francisco Peaks area down towards the city of Phoenix, where the water there combines with other rivers and other streams and even the Arizona Canal to provide drinking water for the residents of metropolitan Phoenix. But the Verde River is a good 60 miles from here at least. In fact, you might find some little pinnacles here in the distance. That forms part of the area known as Sedona. Very scenic and very resorty type of community in Arizona. A lot of people go to Sedona if you've got a lot of money. Okay, swinging around back towards Humphreys Peak again, and if you look a little to the right, you can see some of the connecting ridges that connect Mount Agassiz, which is the mountain directly above me. In fact, I'll just swing the camera around a bit. You can see the slope here of Mount Agassiz. There you go. That's part of it, not all of it, of course. And then let's swing back over towards Humphreys. And you can see the ridge that connects Mount Agassiz with Humphreys Peak. Mount Agassiz, by the way, is, well, it's off limits. You cannot hike beyond this point because there's a very rare species of tundra that grows only in the San Francisco Peak volcanic field. And because of that species of tundra, people are forbidden to take any hikes up Mount Agassiz, not Humphreys Peak, but up Mount Agassiz off to the right over here, unless there's snow on the ground. How about that? So if you're going to go ahead and go to Mount Agassiz, you better have a lot of snow on the ground, because otherwise you could cause damage to the tundra.
That's when we were at the jump, you did the zip line. Didn't you like hit the end and then throw it somewhere else?
The San Francisco Peaks are a pretty unique feature because they're kind of isolated. They're not part of a mountain range anywhere in Arizona. They're not part of the Rocky Mountains elsewhere in the United States. It's just a big ancient volcano, not really all that ancient. Take a look at some of these rocks here in the foreground. We got some scoria here. It looks really, really brand new. See those kind of darkish brown rocks there? That is scoria. Most of the blocks of rocks you see over here are andesite mixed in with scoria. So what we learned from these rock types is that the volcanic event that took place in the San Francisco Peaks, in fact all the volcanic events here, were explosive. And some of the rocks around here have vesicles in them, which means that gas was escaping as the rocks were hardening. So this is truly an interesting and unique place to be. And I would encourage anybody, if they have a chance, to come up to the San Francisco Peaks before the Lord comes. Today is the 21st of September, and according to the calendar, it looks like we have about 8 days or less than 8 days before the Feast of Trumpets begins in Jerusalem at sundown. So I would exhort and encourage anybody to get right with the Lord by getting in your Bible and studying salvation, especially Romans chapter 10 verses 9, 10, and 13, and John chapter 1 verse 12. And the reason I'm saying that is for a good reason, because not many people are looking forward to it, but Jesus is coming soon. Good day.